Hello, everybody. I'm going to go over a few new types of problems. There's four basic types of problems that you need for the quiz that is upcoming this Friday. The first two are several problems that we've done before. These are percent increase and decrease and also percentage change problems. We're going to do a lot of those review on Thursday. Now, we're going to go over these two types of problems. Now, these two problems, which are the first two problems in your group practice, these are simple interest. And then over here, these are compound interest. Okay, so now when there's a lot of vocabulary that we need to define before we do anything. And please have these in your notes. Okay. Notice that actually Mr. Corbett also should have given you some of these charts. We're going to use these formulas here to help us with these problems. Okay, so now when I'm talking about interest, the best way to think about all these problems is in terms of a bank. So let's look at this first problem. Okay, actually, let's look at the first problem. It's $37,000 and $37,600. Okay, so that's a lot of money. So let's say this is what you have in the bank. Now, over time, this money grows. And what it's saying, I need to zoom in a little bit probably. And what it's saying is that it's going to grow at 4%. So it's going to do a 4% increase per year for the next 2 years. So it's going to have a 4% increase and then another 4% increase for the next 2 years. Now, the way to solve this, so basically it's going to be a percentage increase and we're going to end up with some amount here. Now, what the interest is, well, I'm sorry, let me go now and show you the formula that we're going to use. So for simple interest, we're going to use I is equal to PRT. That's taking forever. Okay. We're going to use this formula. I is equal to P times R times T. Okay. Now so the vocabulary is this part. I represents the interest. The P represents the principal. The R represents the rate, which is the percent change, rate of change. And then the T represents the time. Okay, so the rate and the time, so the rate is going to be the percentage, the time, which could be years or months or something. And here it's going to be 2 years. Now, principal, this is where we start. And one way that you could remember this is al principio, at the beginning, principio. This is where we start, $37,600, and it's going to grow. Now, the interest is how much it grows. How much it grows. How much change has been done. So, all we need to do actually is take our values here, our information, and substitute it into this formula. So the interest, well, we're not sure. We don't know how much it's going to grow. We do know the principal, which is $37,600. And then we know the rate, which is 4%. Now I'm going to do 4% here. We're going to have to eventually turn this into a decimal. I'm just going to put everything in parentheses. And then the time, which is 2 years. Okay, so now I'm just going to scroll down just a bit. Actually, maybe I should do the problem up here. Okay, so now once I just solve for this, it's going to give me my answer, or it's going to give me something close to it. So let's turn, I'm just going to rewrite it again. Interest is equal to 37,600 times. Now I'm going to turn this 4%. I need to move it 2 places to the left. So it becomes 0.04, and then I'm going to multiply it by 2. Okay, so doing this multiplication, it'll be much easier if we do this multiplication here first. 2 times 0.04, which is going to be 0.08, and then multiply it times 37,600, and multiplying that by 0.08. So the interest is going to be, and when we multiply this, 3,008. Okay. This is the interest, or how much it grew. So if it grew $3,008, my answer is actually not this. This is how much it grew, but the last thing we need to do now is add the interest to our starting value. It's a percentage increase, right? It's like a tax or a tip or some markup. So we just need to add 3,008 to 37,600. I'll do that in a new color. 37,600 plus 3,008, which is going to give me 40,608, which is C. Okay, now let me do the next problem here. I'm just going to erase. Let's see how much time I left on this video. Okay, I've got 3 minutes. Okay. Oops. Now for this next problem, we're going to use this formula again. Interest is equal to PRT. So the interest we're not sure, so we're just going to leave that as the I, the variable. The principal, it's where we start. We start at $250. The rate al principio, at the beginning, at the start, that's where we start. That's our bank account, 250. This guy's a lot, not quite as rich as this guy. The rate is 8%. The rate of change, 8%. And then for how much time, which is the T, it's going to be 8 years. Okay, wow, that's a terrible 8. I'm sorry. The rate is 8% and the principal is here. So now for the next part, let's turn 8% into a decimal, which is going to be 0.08. Oops, interest. Now we'll multiply all these together. I suggest multiplying these here first. So it's going to be 0.64 times 250. And then that's going to be our interest. So the interest is going to be, I'll make it a brighter color, 160. But we need to add it to our principal where we started, because what we're doing basically is we have $250 and it grows by some amount. Well, actually, we know that amount. It's the interest. It's the 160. So it's a percentage increase. So now we just need to add 160 and 250, which is going to be 100. Let's see, we'll add them up. 410. 0, 1, 1, carry, 410. So the answer is C, 410. Okay, do the next 3 problems. Thank you very much, everybody, and good luck.